Hello and welcome to the WSBI-ESBG Exchange podcast. I'm James Piper, Senior Advisor for Communications at WSBI and ESBG, the two associations helping savings and retail banks thrive. This is episode 5, which features World Savings Day 2018, which is taking place in and around 31 October. WSBI is once again at the helm for World Savings Day. And this year, we approach World Savings Day from a more charming, perhaps a more imaginative approach. Just like in Snow White and in Sleeping Beauty, all people have hope and wishes for the future. Savings help people make those wishes come true. This is why What Do You Wish For is this year's World Savings Day theme. Remember, World Savings Day is coming 31 October. As savings are a path for making hopes and dreams come true, WSBI has developed this year a set of activities and channels to help celebrate the big day. And joining me now is my colleague Matthia.
Hello.
Matthia, you're here, you're new to WSBI, but I wanted you to explain to those who are listening exactly what's in store in terms of what WSBI is doing for World Savings Day 2018.
Yes, so as you said, this year we decided to have a more imaginative approach. This is why we have created a new revamped website with a totally different design that actually can better showcase how important and multifaceted this event is. In fact, there are celebrations happening all over the world, and in the website you can find several highlights from celebration happened in different countries. And you can also find more information about the history of World Savings Day, as well as detailed information about the 2018 campaign, What Do You Wish For? So for this year, we have decided to invite and engage the public in sharing their dreams with us. So we ask them, what do you wish for? What are the dreams you're saving for? And so we have also published these videos in which we would like to engage the public and asking them to talk to us.
Well, that's really interesting stuff. I know that the history of World Savings Day is rich, and later on in the podcast, we have an opportunity to meet with Nancy Lockkamper, who is our in-house historian here at WSBI. So by means of visuals and videos, those are coming. In fact, they're already published. We published them.
We just published actually our first video to explain the content of the campaign. And then in the upcoming hours and days and weeks, we will be publishing also other visuals and other pictures and so on. And we invite the audience to do so as well and to share them with us with the hashtags What Do You Wish For? And hashtag World Savings Day 2018.
Okay, so hashtag What Do You Wish For? With a question mark at the end.
Yes.
And World Savings Day 2018.
Yes.
So look out for those and share your content, be it a video, a message.
Let your creativity run free.
All right, on Twitter.
Yes.
More than any other channel. We'll be watching and learning and sharing.
Yeah. Yes.
Good. Also, we have our own Twitter handle, WSBI_ESBG. That's WSBI_ESBG. So, of course, we like to see that in people's tweets and what they're sharing with us. So we look forward to hopefully seeing folks include that if there's space in their tweets.
Tag us so that we can dream with you.
Indeed. So the website looks really good this year. So Mattia's put a lot of effort into that. And, we have a great theme this year. So we're really looking forward to seeing how it works out. And we've met with members already, including those in Africa. Yesterday, we had a webinar with colleagues here at the office and folks in Botswana and Kenya and Senegal. And they saw the campaign and the theme that we're up to this year, and they're really excited to share some of that, hopefully, with the folks in their home countries. So really looking forward to that. Closer to home, WSBI will hold its own kickoff event on 24 October here in Brussels at WSBI-ESBG offices. That starts at 11 a.m. And we look forward to Managing Director Chris Deneau's kicking off that event. And we're lining up a special speaker and other special guests to share the hopes and dreams of those who celebrate World Savings Day. And during that event, we're going to showcase those promotional videos that you mentioned before.
Yes.
And I hope we have a few to showing young people and folks here in the office who are really excited about sharing their hopes for the future and how savings can help them get there. We also want to share on the day a song. So we have the Hymn of Thrift song, and we will have that up on SoundCloud, and maybe you might hear a little bit of a morsel of it at the end of this podcast.
World premiere.
And then afterwards, a networking lunch. So 24th of October, we're looking forward to showing our stuff here in Brussels. You know, we've talked about the event coming up, but tell us a little bit more, Matthia, about the videos that are going to be produced and broadcast on YouTube.
Yes, so as you've said, savings are a path and a medium to reach our dreams and to fulfill our wishes. So we've decided to create these 3 promotional videos, one in English, one in French, and one in Spanish, in order to invite the people to engage with us and to explain them better the content of our campaign. And so we also created this to give the audience an idea of some possible wishes that they could share with us. And so we at WSBI, we have shared some of our wishes for our future.
It's really interesting stuff, and I really look forward to seeing them and hearing them and experiencing them. So great work on that front. And we're really looking forward to maybe sharing a little bit of the Hymn of Thrift, which we've recorded this summer, and we wanted to share it a little bit during World Savings Day and beyond. So we're looking forward to sharing that.
And it will be a world premiere, no?
Well, more or less, yeah, I would say so. It'll be
Yes.
the first time people will have a chance to hear it. So that's good. So, Matthia, thank you for coming. Thanks for all your hard work. And we still got a few more weeks to go. But
yes, absolutely.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that was Matthia Sorrentino here at WSBI talking with me about World Savings Day 2018. But there's more to World Savings Day. There's a history behind all of this. And joining me now is WSBI archivist Nancy Lockkamper, who will tell us more about the history of World Savings Day.
Thank you, James. So now we are celebrating World Savings Day in 2018 now, 31st of October. In fact, it all started in 1924. So in the beginning, it was even not called World Savings Day, but World Thrift Day.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was also in 1924, it was together with the foundation of what we call now the WSBI, so the World Savings and Retail Banking Institute, was also originally founded in 1924. It was called then the International Thrift Institute. They loved the word thrift.
Yeah.
So it all started in Milan, actually, where they organized for about, now it will be how many years? They organized an international congress, and it was organized by the savings banks of Milan. And during this congress, one of the resolutions of this congress was to create an international association, an institute that would be the representative of all, the voice of all the savings banks all over the world. So then they proclaimed that the last day of the conference, that was the 31st of October 1924, they proclaimed it as the World Thrift Day, the World Savings Day, what we call now. And this World Thrift Day or Savings Day was aimed to promote and create awareness of the need to save.
We can see all of this, of course, on our website.
Yeah, it's on the website. So on the WSBI-ESBG website, you have a more detailed history of the World Savings Day, but also you can have a look through or browse through our rich collection of posters and photos that we assembled for World Savings Day, because this World Savings Day was really something big. They organized a lot of promotion campaigns, and and it took all kind of forms. There were pamphlets, leaflets. They distributed passbooks or money boxes to children. So it was really, I call it financial literacy or financial education avant la lettre. It was really, they tried to promote savings, to promote thrift to all the layers of society.
And that's still the case today with the savings and retail banks that are members of WSBI and ESBG. They still celebrate it. So maybe, do you have a few examples that you'd like to bring up from certain countries that interest you? I certainly have a few, but maybe if there was one or two that strike you, maybe here in Europe or beyond.
I can only talk about past, of course.
Yeah.
But one initiative that really catched my eye was the initiative of the Swedish savings banks. We are talking about 1928. In 1928, they distributed passbooks all over Stockholm by means of airplanes. So they just spread the passbooks and they throw it out of the airplanes in Stockholm. And we're talking about 1928. That was amazing.
Nancy, I've never heard that story before about what they did in Sweden a long time ago, but really interesting stuff. And I know today savings and retail banks are making a lot of efforts and ramping up their activity for World Savings Day 2018. In fact, we had a webinar yesterday where, as I mentioned before, the folks in Kenya, for example, are really putting time and effort to make sure World Savings Day is a success there. And if you go to our World Savings Day site, you can learn all about the history of what we do here at WSBI. We shouldn't forget the Hymn of Thrift. Now, this Hymn of Thrift, as I mentioned before, we're going to share it with the public again this year, but there is a history behind this. So, Nancy, could you fill us in on what the saving song or Hymn of Thrift is?
Yeah, so the Hymn of Thrift was the first edition was composed in 1928 in Italy by Gino Valori and Giuseppe Pietri. So they really created this Hymn of Thrift to also distribute it among the schools so that children would learn this Hymn of Thrift by heart, and there would be choirs of school children singing the Hymn of Thrift, like nowadays that you would sing your anthem of your national anthem or something. So they also turned it into a competition between the different savings banks associations. So next to Italy, we can also learn and retrieve in the archives. You could find the Hymn of Thrift from Belgium in 1929. Sorry, and then followed by the Hymn of Thrift from Great Britain in 1930, Austria 31. Poland in 1932, Czechoslovakia in 1933, France, Spain, and Germany finally in 1936. It's really interesting to read all those and imagine that you have school children singing this Hymn of Thrift on the radio or in the streets of cities like Brussels, Berlin, or Madrid. During World Savings Day. I guess it was really something very impressive.
Well then, Nancy, let's take a listen to the Hymn of Thrift. Well, that was just a little bit of a sample of the Hymn of Thrift. And Nancy, thank you so much for coming. You're always a wealth of information and history here at WSBI. So thank you again for coming.
You're welcome, James.
And that should do it for this edition of WSBI-ESBG Exchange podcast. Just a reminder, to learn more about World Savings Day, please click on the link marked below or just Google it, World Savings Day. That's it for this podcast for Wednesday, 15 October 2018. Special thanks to our technical guru, Alexander Duchamont, and to Nancy Lockkamper and Matthia Sorrentino. I'm James Piper, signing off until next time. Thanks for listening. For more information about WSBI and ESBG, go to our website. Visit us on YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. The podcasts are available on both SoundCloud and YouTube.